Hey everybody, I'm Don Carr from Sweetwater, and I'm here today at LsL Guitars with my good buddy Carl Verheyen. How you doing, Carl?
Swinging, man.
Yeah, man.
How about you?
Doing great. What are we up to today, Carl?
Well, we came down here to Santa Clarita, where LsL guitars are made, and we're going to go in, and I want to get a new one. I've got 4 LsL guitars, but that's just not enough. So I'm going to get a new one built for this new blues record I'm doing over at Sweetwater, and we're going to see how they do it.
Yeah, let's check it out, man.
Hey, Lance, how are you, man? Good to see you. You remember Don?
Don.
Lance?
Yeah, man.
Welcome.
You guys go way back?
Way back.
Yeah.
Show me the process. What do we do? Where do we start?
Step one, let's pick out some lumber. So we just got this load of alder in. This is cut and dried, especially for us, and it tends to be about 10% lighter. Most of this wood we'll throw away.
Really?
Yeah, but what we get, well, check that out.
Wow. So this is half.
That's half. Yeah, that's half the guitar.
So you got to find something that weighs roughly the same.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, wow, this is air. Yeah, this will really resonate. So let's put these two pieces aside from my guitar.
So here we have some neck blanks that we've prepared in various states of completion. And here's some incredible maple, straight as an arrow, and quarter sawn. This is one I think you might like.
Yeah.
That's Holy Grail lumber. If you were going to make a $30,000 guitar, that's still the lumber you use, right there.
How long does this age or sit before you actually work on it?
Well, it's dried before we get it.
Okay.
It's dried to our specifications, and then we let it stay here for about 6 months before we get to it. This one already has a truss rod in it, but
Okay. Yeah.
here's one of our truss rods. We make these here, and we have these threads here. We don't cut them. These are rolled threads.
Oh, okay.
So they're stronger. Squeeze between 2 dies and the threads get bigger. Let's shape this.
Let's do it.
So he's going to shape the neck, and he'll draw all the contour lines on the heel and the neck, and the entire back of the neck he'll shape by hand. The front of the neck, the accuracy parts, we do on machinery. So we use technology where it's appropriate and hand shaping where it's appropriate. And as you recall, a while back, we made this template from your 61. So every CV special is made to this shape by hand.
When you cut the neck slot, that's perfectly precision, right?
We know exactly what size to make that because there are 4 surfaces that have paint on them.
Right.
So we've honed this down to very tight tolerances. So when we put that neck in, we like to just do it once.
One time.
You don't want to be taking it out. Your neck actually has a very unusual shape, but it's the one you like.
Yeah, it feels like
And
home.
a lot of other people like it too.
So what's next?
Let's route a body. What we do here is we'll use the CNC for, once again, accuracy. Neck pockets, pickup locations, bridge locations, critical things that have to be accurate. And then what we'll do is we'll remove some wood, but do all the contour shaping by hand.
Oh, okay.
So once again, we apply technology for accuracy, and we use our hands for feel. Get the best of both worlds
Right,
that way.
right. We're drilling the neck pocket there.
Routing it.
Yeah.
We route the neck pocket, and we know exactly, we can adjust that within 1/2,000th of an inch. So we know exactly how thick our paint is. So when we put the necks in, and it's a perfect fit every time. We also get to control every dimension on the guitars, because when we make bodies fit the necks, we make the pickguards fit the pickup covers and the pickups and the body. So everything fits. We don't make Lego. We can control everything because we make everything.
All right, so what should we see next?
Well, we'll show you how we hand contour the shapes on this.
Awesome.
As I said, we use our hands for feel features on guitars, and Part of that is the contours on these bodies, on the CV Special and all our Satakoys. So we'll remove some wood with the machine, but then all the blending and contouring is done by hand with one of these, a rasp.
So did the CNC machine, I didn't get to feel it after that, did it get it kind of blocky, or was it already pretty rounded?
No, it was very blocky. We just remove lumber.
The big stuff.
Right, and then we'll do all the contouring and rounding over by hand so it flows very nicely.
Yeah.
Use your hands to feel it.
And then eventually we do sanding, right?
Yes, and then also by hand. Final blend so it flows very nicely and there's no dips in the grain.
And how long does it take to do a body like a CV Special?
Several hours. Wow. Sanding is actually harder than shaping.
So all that before it gets the paint, obviously.
Right, and then once it's perfect, then it goes to paint. Here at LSL, we mix our own colors. We can come up with just about any color you can think of. We can match Pantone colors, sparkles, metallics, iridescence, and we try and keep it very thin. We're not fans of thick, cross-linked polyester, polyurethane finishes here. We believe thin is good. It's good for everything but the manufacturing process.
Yeah. But it's the, it's another part of just, the attention to detail that you guys go to.
Right.
with
After we're
George's.
done with the finish, we crack them if they're being aged, and that further opens up the guitar. And our finishes typically measure out at about 4/1000ths. All right, let's move on.
So, Lance, here we are at frets.
First, you start with a perfect fingerboard, which we hand adjust every time for relief and arch and flatness. What we do here, we approach frets like pretty much everything else we do. We do them like we're doing them for ourselves. Nice. We make sure every single fret is glued and seated perfectly. We check under every fret with one of these high-tech pieces of paper, make sure that won't go under any frets, and then check them all with a fret rocker, 3 places on each fret. Do the ends, round the ends, polish, 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 and then check it with this little jobber right here.
Nice. So all this is by hand too. That's
All
the
of it's
other
by
thing.
hand, and the result is great.
Yeah, because it's all about feel with frets. I mean, that's
Feel
the
and
deal.
accuracy.
Yeah.
They've got to be accurate. That's how you make a 7 1/4 inch radius fingerboard work.
Yeah, exactly.
Accurate fret work.
So this is where Bob does the wiring, huh?
Yeah, wiring, pickups, and setting it all up right before installation.
With point-to-point wiring, of course.
Of course.
That wiring looks the old-fashioned style.
It is. We use fabric wrapped wire on these, and old style pots. In the case of your guitars, we use very low torque pots.
And of course a 5-way, and you guys use real high-quality 5-ways, I know.
Yeah, we do. So we make, as you know, our own pickguards here, as well as pretty much everything else. And the reason why we do that is so we can control everything about them, all the dimensions. And here's a good example of that. I have a random pickup cover from actually a Carl Verheyen special, and a random pickguard. And if we put this in here,
Wow. That's perfect, yeah. Doesn't fall out.
doesn't fall out,
Your tolerances are spot on,
about
yeah.
as tight as they can be.
Yeah.
Given that you're working with plastic. All right, let me show you what we do with the knobs on your guitar.
All right.
What we're doing is turning brand new knobs that are sharp and ugly into slightly worn, better feeling, better looking knobs.
Wow. Yeah, because I always notice my older instruments, the knob just feels nice and worn in like an old sock.
And
An
that's
old
what we're
shoe.
trying to make happen here.
Okay,
So
cool.
So here we are. Last step, we set the guitar up, string it up, assemble it. You were pretty specific about your setup, the way you like it.
Yeah, I try to make the bar, the wang bar, the vibrato bar, the tremolo bar, as musical as possible. So I have specific intervals, and thank God Eddie knows what he's doing. He takes a lot of time to get it exactly right. It has to do with spring tension, with string tension. I use the gauges 9, 11, 16, 26, 36, 46, but they're a little bit higher tension string. And that tension, coupled with the way I set up the claw angle on the back, gives me the intervals I need. A minor third on the G string, a major second on the B string, and a minor second on the E string. So E pulls up to F, B pulls up to C sharp, G pulls up to B flat. And thank God Eddie knows how to do it, because he sets up all the CV specials. And I've been all around the world, pull them off the wall, check them, and they're all good. But Eddie does great fret work, and the frets are all leveled and dressed really perfectly, and there's no sharp edges. Finished product.
Have at it. Why don't you play it?
Let's do it.
Lance, thanks so much. Really appreciate the tour. You got a great place here, great people. You do excellent work. Love
Well,
it.
thanks a lot.
Carl, thanks to you too. Man.
Hey, man, thanks for coming out to California.
Yeah, glad
Good
to
to
be
see you here. Yeah. Lance, always a pleasure.
It sure is.
Good to see another one get born.
If you have any questions about LsL guitars, please make sure to contact your Sweetwater sales engineer, or you can check us out online at sweetwater.com. Thanks for watching.